Oh,
Hey, there we
Hello.
are. He's just
Hello.
talking in the background. He's just talking in the background. Can you
Sorry.
believe it?
Somebody just burst into my room. Sorry, I need to put a
Oh,
sign up.
well, welcome everybody to your final Adobe Express,
Adobe Express.
Adobe Express end of year wrap. He's off again. He's off that way. He's off again. But anyway, either way, I can't work out.
Hello. Sorry, just making sure we're not having any more disruptions. There we are.
Right, there we go. He's back. Can't work out the camera. He's back.
Better than
Anyway,
ever.
either way, we are live
We
on our
are.
Adobe Express session. Welcome to everyone who's here. Do give us a shout out in the comments if you can.
Yes.
But yeah, this is our Adobe Express end of year wrap. And hey, just while Meredith is getting himself ready, as usual,
I'm ready. I'm
here's our
absolutely
page.
ready.
This is the one we need. I titled it bit.ly/express wrap. And I also put a picture of a wrap in there. I thought that was kind of topical.
Nice. Nice.
Yeah, I know.
I like a wrap. I do enjoy a wrap.
I do enjoy a wrap. I do enjoy a falafel wrap or a chicken wrap.
Yes. Yeah. Crispy chicken.
Although I do think a burrito is better.
Oh, now we're talking. Yeah.
Now we're talking. But anyway, here we are. Meredith, tell them what you're all about and what you're into.
Yeah, well, Shmai, guys. My name's Meredith, and I'm a computer teacher from South Wales, West Wales, and love using Adobe products. Love helping schools and primary schools, especially, to kind of try out new skills, new digital stuff.
And he also loves kittens. And
no, I don't. I'm allergic to all furry and fluffy animals.
Oh well, never mind.
Yeah,
there we go. And Meredith, here's a test for you.
Oh,
great. Are our rules? What are our rules for our Adobe Express Digital Leader sessions?
Well,
rule number one.
Dominic, there are 3 rules to Adobe. I don't even know what the sessions are called. We got 3 rules. Rule number 1 is, guys, work at your own pace. All right.
Yes, that's a good one. Well done.
Don't you worry about it. Don't you worry about it if we're going too fast. You work at your pace, because if you need to catch up after the session's ended, that is absolutely okay.
And also, you can pause us at any time, and we'll just freeze like this.
Yep. Or as a lot of schools like to do, they like to mute us. You know.
Yeah, they can mute us. You didn't freeze, but anyway, never mind.
Sorry.
You completely ruined my joke, but sorry. But yeah, you can pause us at any time. That's absolutely fine.
Yeah.
If you want to sort of catch up, but we're going to do some simple things today, so I think you'll probably be fine. And we'll be bouncing back between the browser version that I'll be doing and the iPad version that Meredith is going to be doing.
Yeah.
So you'll get bits of time to catch up. So don't feel like you have to, keep time exactly the same as us. Number 2. What's rule number 2?
Oh, I thought that was number 2.
No.
Is number 3 is swag. So what's number 2?
Well, number 2 is swag.
Oh, okay, number 2, guys. During today's session, we will be telling you how to send in your designs to us. Please make sure that you do, because by doing that and sharing your designs and your wonderful work with us, you are entitled to claim some swag from Mr. Trainer.
That's good. Swag. That's exactly how we like to do it. Share your work with us, and if you complete both of your challenges, your teacher will be able to claim some swag for you. And if you go and teach your skills to other people in your school, teachers, students, the school dog, the school nurse, the caretaker, people like that, you can also claim VIP swag.
Super swag.
That's a good word, but VIP swag. That's the official term. So don't confuse people. Okay.
Swagalicious.
Swagalicious. And then what's rule number 3?
I don't know.
Rule number 3 is there are no rules.
Oh,
so there we go.
Oh, so the other 2, forget them because they don't exist.
Yeah, well, it's 3s are good, aren't they? But we never really worked out what our 3rd one was. Right. I've got my screen up here. You can access this page if you haven't got it already by going to bit.ly/express wrap. I'll put it on the bottom as well. And what can they do with this QR code, you think?
So, guys, if you're on a mobile device with a camera, you can open up your camera and just hover your camera over that QR code, and you'll see a link pop up. And clicking on that link will basically take you to that exact URL that Dom's just told us about at the top, which is bit.ly/express wrap. It's also flying across the bottom of the screen down there. Okay, so if you're on a mobile device and if you're on a mobile device and you don't feel like typing in the URL, then scan the QR code, guys.
There you go. And also, if you can't access this page, because some people can't access short links and they might not have had it before, don't worry about it. It's fine. It's a simple one today, and we're going to have fun. So let's have a look at what we're going to do. First one, graphic design. We're going to design a collage of all your favorite school memories from this year, maybe from the entire length and breadth of your school career, because you might be in year 6 going to secondary school, P7 going to secondary school, whatever year you're in and you're moving. What do you think about that?
Oh, I think that's lovely. Yeah. You can get all a bit misty-eyed. You year 6 peeps. Yeah, you must be excited about September, but also, it's a bit sad to be leaving your school. So this is a nice way to bring all your favorite memories together. Love it, Dom.
Or maybe you're going into the big class, whatever it is. Right. Yeah. And there is a video there from some random person talking about how to make a collage with Express if you need some help afterwards. Then, second of all, is video editing. Create a video summary of your favorite memories of the school year. So we're going to be taking that content that you might have done in challenge 1. We're going to be putting that into a video, and it's going to be epic.
You're right.
Meredith, are you ready to start?
I was born ready, Dom. Yeah.
Well, I wouldn't go that far, but let's check it out. So what we're going to do is just to get you started on the mobile device, we're going to go, we'll pop over to Meredith's screen very shortly, but I'll show you on the browser very quickly. We're going to press the plus.
I'm going to have to, mine's frozen up here, Dom. So yeah, you just...
don't worry about it. That's fine.
Yeah.
So what we'll do is, it's very similar on the iPad. You can, let me just check so that we know where we are. You can also just go to the Adobe Express app. You can press the plus on the bottom, and you can go to, let me see. Well, at the top, you'll have a scrolling menu across the top in the black section. If you scroll across, you'll find the collage buttons, very similar to this. Click that, and you'll open up into something which looks a little bit like this. Now, if you haven't, look at that. It's going crazy.
Wow, Dom.
Look at that. Do you know what? I did see this on a demo the other day, and it was doing the same for them as well. So maybe there's a little...
Right. Well, in a perfect piece of timing, my screen's now working. So if you want to, there we are.
There you go. Take it over.
Hi guys. So yeah, here I am. I've opened up. I'm on an iPad. Okay, so whenever you hear me speaking or seeing my screen, I'm on an iPad. So what I've done is I've opened up the Adobe Express app. Okay. And this is your home page. This is where you'll arrive. So as you can see, it looks pretty similar to the browser version. But what is different is that we've got our kind of start from scratch across the top, as Dom was saying, in this black bar with kind of white pips on there. Okay, so you can scroll across as I'm doing here now and choose different kind of document setups. Or if you're not quite sure what you're going to do, you can always just start off with the first pip there on the left-hand side, which says custom size. So I'm just going to click on that to fire up a brand new blank document.
Cool. And what we're looking for is something like an A4. So what I might do there is, if I just switch back, well, actually, what I would do in yours, I would cancel that.
Yeah.
Go back. And then I would go to layout, maybe.
Yeah, that's exactly, yeah. So if I want an A4, okay, you saw there that it was asking me, okay, what size do you want this document to be? So you can just click OK on that, because you can see down at the bottom in your menu bar at the bottom, I've got resize is my final option there. So if I want an A4, I can just go to resize, okay, and then I can just quite easily scroll through here, choose A4, and there we are. I'm now on an A4. I find it easier to start off with the kind of standard custom size square document and then resize it on the iPad. On the browser, it's easier to choose your paper size as you go. But on the iPad, I find that kind of that selection across the top a bit confusing on the iPad. So it's better to kind of get into the document and then resize. So yeah, if we're going to be doing a collage, that's going to be in the layouts here then. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So let's go for a 4-section grid. So that one in your bottom left now. Right in the middle underneath layout.
This guy.
Yes.
Yeah. Cool.
There we go.
I'm doing well. Yeah.
Right. So let me just switch across to mine. So it'll be slightly different on the iPad, slightly different on the desktop. On the iPad, actually, probably a collage is easier. But what we're going to do here is we're going to search Adobe Stock for 4 photos that will remind you of things that you did in the school year. So I'm going to go for something like, let's go for Sports Day. Love a bit of Sports Day. Who
Sports Day is the best.
Sports Day?
Yeah, Sports Day is the best.
Now I might go for something like this one. Right, that's my first photo. It's in there. Then I'm going to say, let's have a think about theatre, children, something like that. Maybe you put on a show in your school, whatever it is. This guy looks good. Right in the middle with a red nose on. That's good with me. Then I was thinking, do you know one of the things I can really remember from school? It was cycling proficiency.
Do they still do that?
Yeah, they do.
Oh, what an iconic day in my life that was. Yeah, absolutely.
And I remember on ours, they didn't quite teach us to do a front wheelie, but I'm going to pretend that they did.
Cycling around the yard and then going out on the road.
Yeah, exactly. And then I'm going to do something like child exam. Right. There's lots of doctors in here and stuff like that, but I'm going to go for this one here. Right. Once I've chosen my 4, I'll click next. And this is where I can choose my size. Now we're going to go for a print and we're going to go for A4 and we're going to click next.
Yeah.
Okay. And you can see it pops out. Boom. There we go. Now, if you want to change the layout, you can go to the layout and you can select it so it's like a grid just on the left-hand side. So it's slightly sort of, there's a way to do it on the iPad. There's a way to do it on the browser. And there we go. Perfect.
Yeah.
Right. Ready, take us in and get us your 4 in there, please.
Yeah, lovely. Yeah. So as Dom says, on the browser, you kind of select your photos first and then start thinking about how it's going to look on the page. On the iPad, we set up our page first and then we put the images into the grid. Okay.
He's not lying.
No, I'm not. So I'm going to start off. With the top left section of the grid. Okay, so if I click on it, at the moment it's obviously got this kind of green background. So if I want to get a photo in there, down at the bottom you can see I've got edit and color. Okay, so under the edit menu, I'm just going to click on the button that says replace. And in there, then it'll say, right, do you want to replace it? Photo library, videos, camera, Adobe Stock, and so on. Okay. So on the iPad, our version of the photos that Dom's just been using is the Adobe Stock Photos. Okay. So I'm going to click on Adobe Stock Photos. And then in here, I'm just going to search for athletics.
Nice.
Okay. And let's see. Yeah. So we get some cool Sports Day looking thing going on. Oh, that one's cool.
And while if you're in the browser now, you can just play around with changing your photos and stuff like that.
So I've got that added. So I'll just, you could now select, a few photos in here if you wanted them from the same theme, but that's the only one I want from this search. So you can see right at the top right of my screen, next to the search bar. This isn't really obvious, is it, Dom? This is a bit hidden away. You've got that add one. You see, it says add one. Okay, so it's not immediately obvious to you how we get this into the design. So you need to click on that add one, and there you can see now that that's replaced that green colored square with the image. And as you can see, I can also move that image within the frame of the grid. Okay, so I can frame it how I want. Right, so then I'm just going to click on the next section of the grid, replace Adobe Stock Photos, I always used to love. Playing in the school orchestra when I was in school. Okay,
Oh,
so maybe
let me
I'll.
guess. I'm going to guess. You probably played the flute.
You know that already, so. Yeah, I played the flute in school orchestra. So I'm gonna. Oh, look, there's flutes there. That's cool. So I'm gonna choose that picture, add that in. Okay, make sure the flute is front and
Yeah,
center.
nice.
If you want to kind of zoom in or zoom out on these images, you can go to adjust at the bottom and scale, and you can see there. Then I can zoom in and out as well. Okay. If you're feeling really crazy, you could rotate, okay, your images.
Easy now.
Yeah. And you could flip as well, if you thought,
Yeah, that can be useful. That.
yeah, especially, if I had this guy running and I wanted him to be kind of running away, it doesn't really spoil anything by flipping it. Sometimes it does because it'll flip text backwards and that kind of stuff. But yeah, it's always worth having a little play around with the flip to see if it improves things.
What's going to go in that third box?
Yeah, well, that's a very good question, and I haven't decided yet. So I'm just gonna put school in here.
You put school dinners.
Oh, no then.
Who doesn't like a bit of school dinners?
Yeah, I'm gonna put school in, and I'm just gonna look for something that grabs me from here. Something that looks like fun. That one looks like a lot of fun. I used to love arts and crafts. I really used to enjoy playing with clay when I was.
Yeah, that's a good one. And then just get rid of that text and show us how to do that.
Yeah, well, this has got text here at the moment. Okay, so if you want to get rid of it, you just select the text, go to the edit menu, and you've got delete there. Okay, and now I've just got this this final quadrant. So I'll click there, replace, and what should I go for, Dom?
I would go for choir.
Oh yes,
choir. Love a bit choir.
I loved singing in the school choir.
Yeah, for sure. I don't know why there's yoga in that in the things there.
Yeah, so this is a really terrible search result. Yeah. Here we go. There we got some kids singing here. This will do. So yeah, Eisteddfod. I think you'd have loved if you'd been a boy in Wales growing up, Dom. You'd have loved taking part in Eisteddfod. Yeah,
you're not wrong.
Give us a shout out, folks, if you're joining us from Wales.
Yeah, absolutely. And let me wrestle back control here because Meredith was doing all sorts of funky stuff on there, and I've kind of burst ahead, and I'm going to go back. Right. On the iPad, it's quite easy to sort of pinch in and out to zoom things. On the desktop, you can go in here and move these little sliders when you've got your image selected. If you want to do a bit of rotating, stuff like that. And you can flip things, but that kind of makes the numbers look a bit funny.
Yeah. It either works or it doesn't, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. You could do it there, I suppose. Yeah, but sometimes I think looking into the center is quite good.
Yeah.
Sometimes that is better, but you can move them around and scale them up and scale them down and stuff like that.
You can drag them around to swap them as well, can't you, Dom?
You can, exactly. Yeah, you
can. Say you wanted the person playing football on the bottom left, you could just drag it down and rearrange stuff. Is that right?
Yeah, because sometimes it does make a difference, doesn't it? Because on these ones you've got sort of some kind of chalkboard in the background, and I think maybe I need to swap those over. So I'll swap that one there. So there you go.
I don't want to tell you what to do, though, Dom. You do what you want to do.
Hey, listen, thank you very much. I appreciate that. And then what we're going to do is we want a little sort of centerpiece in the middle here.
Oh, yes.
Where we can put like a title on there. So what I'm going to do is going to go to design assets.
I love design assets.
Love a bit of design assets. And you can see I've already been searching for shape. Now, there's all sorts of, weird and wonderful things in here. You can use these ones as well. They're quite good.
What's the purpose? Are you going to use this as a kind of background to some text? Is that the kind of idea of it?
Yeah, I'm going to use it as kind of my centerpiece to put some text on top. So there are some really interesting ones down here. In fact, this one is nice. And there are also ones that are, you know, multicolored. Well, I don't know what you call them, sort of gradients in here. You
Blobs.
can use as well. Blob.
I'd call those blobs. Yeah.
Yeah, but okay. I was trying to get technical, but here we go. And then, you know, if you're thinking, well, you know, that's not really the color I was looking for, you could go in and switch up and choose a duotone.
Yes.
And then flip over those colors and it'll take one of them from there, which is quite cool. And I think I'm going to go for, maybe I'll go for the orange actually, and just make sure I flip them over. So rather than purple, it's now orange. So you can go into design assets, go to shape, choose anything. And what you're looking for is something, you know, scale it up so it's big enough to sort of take a decent amount of text, but it's not sort of taking over too much of the photo. Okay.
Yeah.
Once that's done, we're going to go to text. And here I'm just going to add my text, right? So I'm going to put, my first bit is going to be memories from.
Memories. Yeah.
All that kind of thing. And then I'm going to take it, put it in here. Now, you know, it's not the most exciting. So what I'm going to do is, I tell you what I am going to do. And this is a controversial point that I have been told off for before. So brace yourself. Brace yourself. So obviously, when we're writing a piece of text in our books, we don't want to be using lowercase at the start of, you know, a sentence. But this is design, and it kind of falls outside the rules of that. So it's a little bit different. So I'm going to make sure mine's all lowercase. I'm not going to put a capital letter on the start because I want to make it kind of, I'm thinking about it being stylized. And then I'm going to change the color so it's white all the way to the top there. So you see, you can change the color just by selecting the text, going over to the little color thing there, and then you can move this around, or you can move it around at the bottom. I mean, you can change it to whatever you want, really. I mean, actually, maybe a blue would work, like a light blue.
Oh, I love a light blue.
Light blue and orange, like Luton Town. There we go. And then I'm happy with that. But also, the font is a bit boring. So you can select it, and then you can go to your font recommendations down the bottom here. Open them up. And then you've got all sorts of mad stuff.
Yeah, they're a lot of fun, they are.
Yeah, they're good, aren't they? That one makes it a lot smaller, so you might have to kind of, you know, play around with them. I think I like that one. Memories from. Right. And I mean, it's sort of getting lost in the background a little. So you could, you know, decide to bring it all onto the orange section like that, make it a bit clearer.
Or just an outline, perhaps, Dom.
Could put an outline on there. You are absolutely right about that. I did think about that. So you could just select the text, go to outline down here.
Yeah, nice thick white outline.
Yeah, why not? Let's give it a try. And then once you've chosen your color, you can also move this slider here, and it's going to bring it up and make it stand out. And that's pretty nice. I'll do one more piece of text before kicking it over to our friend in Wales.
Come on.
Text, add your text. And here I'm going to put from school 2022 to 2023. Ooh,
nice.
It's the same font, which I like. I can go over here, select the blue color. See how that, and it's giving me the outline as well.
Oh, wowzers.
Wowzers. So you could stick there, but you know what? I'm going to be adventurous because I am a digital leader. I am creative in my choices. So I'll go down to my font recommendations and see if there's anything else that I like.
No, we're talking.
Oh, he's only gone and nailed it first time. Look at that.
And that's why they pay him the big bucks, ladies and gentlemen.
That is an absolute Jaffa. Look at that.
I haven't heard that before. So you use Jaffa. So
clearly
Jaffa,
not a cricket fan.
Is it? No, I'm not. No. Or is it a cricket term? Is it?
It is a cricket term. If you bowl a good ball, and it's a Jaffa.
Wow. Is that in any relation to the orange chocolate cakes, or
it could be? Who knows? Get some text in there. Come on, show.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, sorry. I love a tangent. I do. Right now, then let's get some text in here. So at the bottom, now what I like about working on the iPad is, you know, the simplicity of the layout here. So I just want to add something. So I'm just going to go to the add button. You know. things, and I'm going to add text. So I'm going to add text, and it's going to tell me to type something. So I want to curry favor with our primary colleagues. So I'm going to start with a capital.
Oh, I'm gonna get murdered for that. Oh no.
So I'm going to type in my memories from there. Okay. And here we go. There's our text there in a text box. So something that I cannot skip over, because I think this is possibly the single best thing about the iPad version of Adobe Express, is all the way over, whenever you've got a text box, right over on the right-hand side, your final tab is style. Okay. So if I click on style, it gives me this little fun-looking, what should we call it? Twirler.
Wheel.
Yeah, wheel. Okay. And I can spin the wheel. And if you look at my text, it's just giving me random fun stuff. And if you're going to get something that's in the ballpark of what you like, you can obviously then make manual tweaks later on. Okay. So I'll come back to that text now. So we need that shape in the background. So I'll click on done. So let's get a shape in from the design assets. So I'll click on add and design assets. Now you could go to shapes if you want something simpler, like a single color shape. You've got those options as well. But I do love getting my wellies on and getting into the design assets. You do have to wade through stuff, but there's some great stuff in here. Okay, so I'm going to go for something like geometric shape. Let's see what I got. Okay.
Interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, I like these triangles. Those are cool.
Yeah, they're good.
Yeah. I like these shapes as well. Okay. So what you put in your search is really gonna influence what you get up. That's what I've been using a lot of recently, Dom, is low poly in other stuff. Like this kind of low polygon designs.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I really like this kind of design. Yeah, they're cool. So I'm gonna grab one of these. I'm gonna bear in mind, that I'm gonna have text in front of this. So ideally, maybe you don't want huge differences in color, because these ones here on the right hand side, the blue and the purple, they're lovely, but that kind of that glare, that shiny bit, might look a bit messy as a background. So I'm going to choose one that looks a bit flat color wise. This one, and then I'm going to add it in. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Put that in the middle there.
Oh, that's terrible. You can't even see the text.
No, it's in front of the text. That's why.
Yeah.
So now now I need to change the order. So I need to basically send it backwards. Exactly. Now, I love the way this works on the browser, but on the iPad, it doesn't work in the same way. On the browser, you got that awesome layer stack. So on the iPad, we just need to choose what we want to change the order of. So this shape, and then I'm going to go to order, and then I can just scroll this bar at the bottom.
Yeah.
So to the left moves it behind other layers, and to the right moves it in front of other layers, which I don't think is a lovely way of doing it, to be totally honest.
I think it works.
It works, but I prefer the way that it works with you over there on the browser, Dom.
Right.
So I might pass over to Dom, or do you want me to do my finish my text up? Or
oh well, I'll tell you what.
Shall I do that whilst you move on?
No, I'll go over and people can add in an extra bit of text for their school 2022, 2023, or however they want to do it.
Shall I do it now? Or
no, it's all right. I'll whoop. What am I doing?
Hi guys. Hi.
Right.
Yeah, there we are. So whilst you're on Dom's screen now, that's all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do the final thing that Dom did, which was add that school 22, 23 and pick a nice font for it. Okay, crack on, Dom.
Right, so I changed my blob at the back. I actually changed it into a shape and just put blob, and there's some really cool ones that I like.
Yeah.
Sort of paint blobs and stuff like that. So there we go. It's looking pretty simple. I like it so far. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is another bit of text. So I'm going to click text, add my text. Now, memories from school 2022 to 2023. I'll put cycling proficiency. There we go. Now, look what it's done. It's given me this terrible situation where I've got an outline, which I think I'll take off. And also it's given me it in the font that I chose before. And actually, I don't want that.
No.
I actually want it to be in blue. So if I go to text color, it's already in my palette. So I can switch it to blue. But also, I want it to be in this text that the memories from one is, which is AB-Kotatsu regular. Wow. They don't make it easy for us, do they?
That's a catchy name.
AB-Kotatsu. Yeah, there it is. Kotatsu regular. Right, there we go. What's that going to give me? Yes. Okay, that's nice. So I like that. Then I'm going to put a shape behind it.
Yeah.
And my shape is going to be, is it going to be orange? Maybe I'm just going to go for white. I don't know. Let's have a look. Yeah, I'll keep it white, I think. And then also, now because this is going to go up here, you see, I actually want it to be aligned to the right-hand side. I'm going to do it there. And then I'm going to bring it right down. Now it is kind of blocking this young gentleman's head. So this is where you might want to start playing with things like the images in your boxes. So I'm going to select it, and then I will, change. I'll just zoom in slightly and then bring it down. And then his head pops out underneath that text. So that's all good. I'm happy with that. Now, once you've done that and you're happy with that style of text and the colors and things like that, the easy way of doing this is by selecting that piece of text, pressing the duplicate button.
Yeah.
And then just wanging it over to the side. Wanging is a technical term.
Wang it over, man.
Wang it over. But this time, because the image is on the left-hand side, I'm going to align it to the left-hand side.
Oh,
I know. You wouldn't have thought of it, but anyway.
It's tasty.
And then I'm going to put boring exams. There we go. Boring exams. Now it's kept the same sort of size of text as well, so that's good. And then exams
are really important, guys. Okay,
they are, but they can be very boring. And then you can duplicate that and then do the same for the two boxes down the bottom. But enough of that. Let's go and see what the Welsh Wizard's been doing.
Shmai. Right, here we go. Yeah, well, I've just kind of caught up with where Dom was, so you can see there I've got my my nice font in there, and I've changed the font up for the school 22-23. Now then, something that I'm going to go a bit off piece here, Dom. Okay.
Oh, you be careful.
Yeah, I know. But I want the memories from and the school 22-23 to feel more connected. Okay. So a quick hack for that is I'm going to use white shapes to fill in the gaps between them. Okay, so just quickly show you what I mean by that now. Okay,
nice. I like that idea.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna go into my shapes, add shapes. There we go, and it really doesn't matter what shape you use here. Okay, so I'll just go for a rectangle. There we go, and then I just want that to fill in the days. I wanted to fill in the gaps that I've got around my text. Okay, so I'll just, there we go. I think that's gonna just about do it. That'll be fine. There we go. So I'm just gonna change that now to white. So I'll just go to color, change that fill to white. Okay, and now I'm gonna go to order. I'm gonna throw that backwards.
Nice.
Okay, and you can see there that it just kind of ties the text together.
Nice.
Okay. It's a tiny little idea, but I use it all the time, just to kind of glue stuff together, especially when you've got kind of white outlines. Use a shape behind, like some kind of bridge, to kind of flood the white outlines together. Right. Okay. So on to what I'm meant to be doing. Sorry. So we're adding
Time
text.
is precious.
Yeah,
Honestly, this guy.
I know. You know my weaknesses before asking me to do this. So, it's on you, Mr. Trainer. So I'm going to add some text. So I had the sports day. Oh, dear me. What's going on? Right. Sports day. Oh, it's giving me a lowercase s. Right. There we go. Sports day. And the same as Dom was saying, it's going to match the kind of text settings that I had on my previous thing, which was that school 2022-23. Now, I actually don't mind that. It looks all right. I don't mind it. Yeah. I think the font is fine.
Maybe just change the colors.
Yeah, I'm going to change the colors. Let's add a shape behind it. Okay. So I'm going to go to edit. And I'm not going to do anything there at all. I'm going to go to effects. And I'm going to click on shape. And in there, then I can choose what shape I'd like behind my text. So Dom went for something along these lines, I think. No, he didn't. He went for this one, the first one. Okay.
That's the one.
I quite like these pill shapes. So I've gone for that, I think.
Yeah, nice.
Now then, how do I change the scale of the shape on this, Dom? Do you know?
Well, you can just click and drag the little corner.
Is that going to change? Is that going to change the scale of my whole text, or is it going to?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it doesn't have to.
Because on the browser, you can change the size of the shape that's being added behind the text.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Click on it.
I'd like my pill to be bigger.
Well, so you need to go back to the last one. So cancel that.
Yeah.
Click it, and then go to try adjust.
Adjust? No.
Try.
That's for the whole thing, is it? Yeah, it's for the whole thing.
Yeah.
Maybe it's not possible on the iPad.
Yeah, I think it probably is.
I'll have a play around with it. So yeah, so as Dom said, it's always better to duplicate.
It's in effects.
Yeah, so I've added effects.
Yeah, and then go to the little sliders underneath.
Yeah, that's where I chose the pill.
Slider under the outline. No. Is that what you did?
Yeah, that's what I did. Yeah, so but I want to change the scale of the shape, but I don't think I can.
That's interesting. Yeah, I'm not quite sure actually. Don't worry about that for now.
Trust me to find the thing that you can't do.
I'll find it for you.
Now I'm gonna duplicate this. So how do I do that, Dom?
Go to select it.
Yeah.
Then go to edit.
Edit.
Duplicate.
There we are. I was just checking that Dom is the expert that he hopes to be. And well done, Dom. You passed the test. Well done. Okay, so I'm going to put that up there.
Yeah, you didn't do it right when you did it. Outline. I did do what? Line thickness. If you go to you can do it.
No, that's for outline. That's I'm
you want for shape.
Yeah, the scale of the shape.
Yeah, maybe you can't do it on there.
There we are. I'm glad that you've said that for everyone to hear.
But then you should use the other one. Then you should use outline rather than.
Well, I wanted a pill shape behind it. You know?
Anyway, never mind.
Yeah. Anyway, we're not gonna have an argument here now. So we're. Yeah, so I'm just gonna continue now duplicating now that I know how, and moving these text boxes across, and then to edit them, I just need to go to the edit menu, edit text, okay, and I'm gonna put a Eisteddfod in there.
Nice.
There we go, and then down here I'm gonna do arts and crafts. That's on craft. Craft or crafts?
Crafts.
Arts and crafts. Yeah, there we go.
Very nice.
I got one more to go, which is school band or orchestra, maybe it's better. Yeah.
Right then.
Yeah, so I'm progressing nicely here, Dom. Over to you, I think.
Good stuff. Right. Okay. So we're going to wrap it up with this one. What I have done, just to show you how to do things, I suppose, if you want to, if you've got your shape on and you want to make the shape bigger to make it into a kind of box, I suppose, you can just use the slider here, make it big. And you could also do it so big that it kind of gets right into the corner.
So that's what I was looking for.
Yeah, I don't think you can do it with the pill. And then on cycling proficiency, do the same thing. If you wanted to, just bring up the size of the shape. There we go, until it becomes pretty chunky. I was hoping it would go right to the edge, but it stops at some point. So you can do it like that. In fact, I don't actually think that looks as good. So I'm going to come out of that and go back. You can use your back button at the top until you get it to where you want to be. But also, you can do things like change your photos by putting filters on them, if you so wish.
Oh, yeah.
I like this one a lot. I thought that really worked. And it was the pink and yellow duotone.
Yeah, duotone is fab, isn't it?
It is pretty fab, yeah. It doesn't necessarily work on all of them, I think. But I think if you go through enough of them, you probably can find one that works.
Yeah. And then if a little tip for guys using duotone, if you're going to customize the colors, you need to kind of decide on what's your dark color and what's your light color. Because if you choose two strong colors, then it doesn't work as well. So you need a kind of a dark color on the left and a light color on the right, and then it'll work nicely. Yeah,
exactly that. So there you go. That's how you create it. It's very simple to do. To be honest, I might even turn those filters off. You might only use one or two, because sometimes it does affect the section in the middle. So there we go. And it's dead easy to do. And once you've done that, I can give mine a name. You can't really do it on the iPad, but I'll put memories, just because when I download it now, you see, I can click download button here and it will download with the file name in it. And it's going to go right to the bottom. Or is it going to give me a pop-up box? Which one's it going to do? There we go. Pop-up box. Put it in my download as memories. And then also, as always, you can click share, publish, and then select link. And that's the one that you can share with us.
Yes.
Stick it down the bottom there. Share your work. And that's the link that you can share with us by going to bit.ly/share express. Stick your name. You don't even have to put your name in fact. I'm going to put Dom in there. My school is, I'll put too old. And then link to my
The School of Hard Knocks, I think they call that, is it?
There you go. And then link to your Express project, stick it in there, submit, and it's going to come straight through. Meredith, show us how to share on the iPad, please.
I will. Hi, welcome back, guys. Here we are on the iPad with my wonderful collage. So to share on the iPad, right in the top right-hand corner, you'll see kind of an arrow pointing up and away. So that's the universal kind of share icon. Okay, so I'm going to click on that. There we go. It's preparing my project. Here we go. So you've got loads of options here. Okay, but I'm going to scroll to the right all the way until I get to copy link. Okay, I'm going to choose copy link. And again, it's going to...
There we go.
It's copied that. And then quite simply then, I'll open up the same form that Dom just showed you, and I'll paste that link in and send it in.
Perfect. Right. Yeah. Let's give people some time just to complete their work.
Cool.
Put a bit of a bit of feed in the ducks. Love a bit of feed in the ducks.
Yeah, not that one I put on last time.
And then I'll just take it back over here. Now, don't forget that if you actually make any changes to your project, for example, if you're like, do you know what? Maybe I'll put this photo back in there, for example. If I'm like, do you know what? I want it all to be positive. Well, you can take out boring exams and you could change it to
wonderful exams.
Nah, let's go for school dinners, because we love a bit of school dinners. Who doesn't like a bit
What was your favorite school dinner dessert, Dom?
Oh, rice pudding every time.
On the way.
Yeah. Oof. And then so we could go for school dinners.
Put rice pudding in.
Yeah, put rice pudding in. Why not? Rice pudding.
Seeing as you haven't asked, mine was jam, roly-poly, and custard.
I was too afraid to ask. And then, you know, you can just put the images in. You've got to make sure that you you select the image, press replace. And
I don't know about you, but my school rice pudding didn't look like that.
No, mine didn't look like that either. But hey.
Mine was in a blue plastic bowl.
And then you can, when you press share and publish, you just select link again and it will update your link. And that'll make sure that when your work comes through here and when I click on it, so we can take a look and say how well you've done. Yeah. My work will come up and it will make sure that, come on, you can do it. You can do it. Here we go. Here we go. Yeah, it'll make sure it comes up with the new image that you selected. There you go. Easy as that. But if you do want to change your work and you do want it to be reflected in that link at the end, then make sure you do that.
Yeah, so really, yeah, maybe a really good idea for the folks back in school to send their links in right now. And then, you know, if you're working on it later on this afternoon, you can just update your work, okay? Because getting those links in is what's going to get you the good swag.
Well, they don't actually have to send it in live. It isn't an actual requirement. No. They can do it. They can share it with their teacher or just prove to their teacher that they've done it. That's absolutely fine.
There we are. So don't listen to me, guys.
Yeah. Right. What we're going to do is we're actually going to crack on, I think. We're going to crack on. So let's get this feeding the ducks off. There we go. Right. Challenge 2. Can you remember what it is, Meredith?
Yes, we are going to be creating a video documenting the highlights of your time in school.
Exactly, yeah. Challenge 2 is video editing your favorite memories, something you didn't like, what you're expecting next year, and special shout outs to special people.
Yeah.
Right. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to keep that up there so that I can remember things that I want to do in my project. And I'm going to go to the plus. I'm going to go down to video.
Yeah.
Right, now you can give it memories again. Click next. Now, you can use a template, but to be honest, don't really need to. Just start from scratch. That's absolutely fine. And this is what you'll see. A spinning wheel, an inspirational quote.
I love those.
It pops out into this.
Hello.
Right, how do you get there on the iPad, please, Mr. Jones?
What an excellent question that is, Mr. Trainer. So here I am. On that lovely design, so we're going to say bye-bye. So I'm just going to I'm going to exit out of that. Now on the iPad, we actually need to do this within a different app. Okay, so on the iPad, we've still got the old name Spark Video. So you need to download the Spark Video app. Okay.
Spark.
Yes. Spark Video app. So yeah, you need to open up the Spark Video app, and here it is. Okay, so the opening page gives us some lovely inspo. But if you want to start a new project, you've got that big red plus in the bottom center. So I'm going to click on that. Yeah, I get it. Get it. Got it. Good. So
you can get rid of that video. They probably won't have that.
Yeah, the first time you'll open the app up, you'll get some things like that happening. So I'm just
like I did it. You would go skip to edit it.
Yeah. So they can help you kind of build up your video project, but I think again it's much nicer to just go straight to the editor. So right at the bottom there, you see skip to editor. And it's going to take you to a screen that looks pretty much identical to Dom's. The only difference is that the buttons that Dom's got laid out on the right-hand side, I've just got them across the top. Otherwise, it looks bang on the same.
Yeah, exactly that. Right. Let's get cracking. So you've got the different layouts on the right-hand side or at the top, depending on what you're using. But generally, what we'll do here is start off with the title and text. And I can start off by saying something like memories from school 2022 to 2023. Now you can, you could change this to Dom's memories from. Now, what it does by default here is it makes the text at the top bigger than the text at the bottom. So actually, you might want to, play around with that basically.
Yeah.
I will probably make this one a bit smaller and then that one a bit bigger. And then your only job now is just to stick a bit of a photo in or something like that. So you can press the plus, you can go to photo. Now, if you're on an iPad, you could actually take a photo of your class.
Yeah.
You could, and you could stick it in there. It's very easy to do because you can click on the drop-down menu here and take a photo. That's, it's actually much easier to do on the iPad, in fact. But otherwise, I'm just going to use stock photos. So I'll go to photo. You can upload photos as well if you've got a photo of your school anywhere, or you can search the stock, and I just put school and see what comes up. I'm looking for people having tremendous amounts of fun, as we all do in school. Oh, this one's good. I like this. Because then what I could do with this, for example, or Meled is off on a tangent. This better be a Jaffa. And then and look at that. Look what I can do here. Look what I've done. I mean, that is inspired.
That's awesome.
That's inspired work.
That's really good.
I mean, I'm absolutely amazed at my creative abilities here. Now, you could, play with the alignment and stuff like that if you want to, but that is pretty good. I'm happy with that. So all I'm going to do now is stick a bit of a voiceover on it. I'm going to click and hold. Dom's memories from school 2022 to 2023. And you can play that back if you want to. Now, I've got the sound muted on here so that it doesn't make an echo on this recording or this live session, sorry. But you can just press the play or whatever you want to. And if you want to change themes and things like that, you've got that in the top. Now, I like the statement theme. I'm a bit of a sucker for that. And it will change things like size. So you might have to go back and play with things. And then also I'll adjust, this one is not working out so well because unlike before, I could have the text at the top, but this one's saying it's too big, I think. It doesn't like it at all. So, maybe that was just a really bad choice. There we go. But never mind. Stranger things have happened. But yeah, there you go. That's a bit better. So just play around with those themes and see what you think. Maybe I'll make that a bit bigger now. And that's how you create your first slide. Meredith, just give us the first slide there.
Yeah, cool. So here we go. Here I am. So I'll start off adding the image first and then the text. I'll go the other way around to you, Dom. I'm going to click on the plus in the middle of the screen, and then we've got a photo there. So I could use Find Free Photos, but why not take a picture? So I'll take a picture, okay? And it is
going live.
Fire up my my iPad camera. Hi guys.
Hey, look at him go.
So I'm going to think now, right? Okay, I'm going to want to keep some room for text. So I want to frame myself off to the center, and maybe I'm going to do this.
Yeah, nice.
Or that, like that. Because I need another hand to take the picture.
Well, can't you? Yeah, you do. That's a shame, isn't it?
So I'll have to do that. Right. So here we go. I'm going to take a selfie and smile. Maybe I'll look to where the text is going to be.
Yeah, good idea.
Yeah. Oh, hang on. That's not good. I'm going to retake that. This is very difficult to do, Right. There we go.
Amazing.
That's not one I'll be keeping, but I'll use it for now.
Like it. It's great.
There it is. And now I'm going to add my text in. Okay, so that photo's done. It's really done. So I'm going to click on the plus again, and I'm going to add text. So Meredith's, here we go. Memories. Okay, and then I'm just going to go straight for the 2023, sorry, 2022, 23. That's done. And then I've got, you can see there on the right-hand side, I can change the size of the text there.
Mhm.
There we are. I can drag and drop my text around. And you see
Nice.
as well, it'll align it as well. If I pop it on the left, it actually left aligns the text.
Mhm.
I'd like it to go up. There we go. Something like that.
Nice.
Bit bigger. Yeah, that works for me. And then I'm gonna look at the top now. You can see right at my top menu there. I'm gonna go into themes. Yeah, I got it. And I like Flare because Flare actually adds a little bit of a color overlay to your
Yeah,
photo.
that's true.
So and I'm going to change the theme color as well. Just tap it again, and I like this kind of. I always like this turquoise to blue kind of thing. Yeah, I mean that color overlay is a bit strong, but to be honest, the photo underneath it needs hiding, so I'm gonna go ahead with that. So there we are. There's my first slide.
Nice work. Right, let's get some work going back here. So I've been playing around with the layout and stuff like that, and sometimes it really doesn't work at all. So I'm going to go back to Tidal and try and get it back. There we go. That'll do. Right. Now I'm going to press the plus, and this is really simple. Why is it recording something? It shouldn't be recording anything.
Oh yeah, I haven't done a voiceover, but there we are. I'll do that next one.
Press the button in the middle. Is easy as pie. Right. Now, what I can do here is if I go back to my kind of image here, I could just, a very simple thing to do would be to just, do a voiceover for each of these 4 things.
Yeah.
So what I could do is go in here and I can select different things like the layout and go to split screen. And then I could put something like school dinners in here. There we go. Really ramp up the text as big as it can possibly go. And then go to the right-hand side. Go for rice pudding, for example. Same one as before. So it's dead easy. I mean, I can go into my theme and make this a bit more cheerful, maybe. Go for orange because my image at the start was kind of a yellowy, browny orange. So I'll keep it that kind of theme. And then again, just press and hold. What I would say is, press, wait for a second, and then get going.
Yeah. Why is that, Dom?
In case someone talks over the top, like right now. So if you do have a situation like that and someone's ruined your masterpiece, you got different options. You can just record again, or you can select over here and remove narration. Dead easy. But either way, just press and hold and record again. One of the things I love most about school are the cracking school dinners, in particular, the amazing rice pudding. There you go. Make it epic. Really go for it on your voiceovers. So
I was gonna have a conversation with you again then, and I realized that you were recording. So
you can't get the staff.
I just want you to know that I stopped myself from ruining your recording.
And then the second one here, cycling proficiency. So again, dead easy. Choose a different layout. I'll go for caption. I do like a caption actually. And here we'll go for cycling again. Maybe something like this one, because again, it's got that orange theme in it. So I'm kind of keeping that consistency. And then I'm going to go on the bottom here, cycling proficiency. There we go. And you can move that caption around as well. You can move around to there, and then change the size of it as well, just to tuck it in the corner quite nicely. And again, once you're done cycling proficiency, I'm going to think of something amazing to say about that. I was also very proud to come first in the region for cycling proficiency because of my incredible bunny hops. That probably never happened. That's all right. If you want to record it over the top again, then you can. Dead easy. Just press and hold.
Your cycling proficiency sounds far more competitive than mine was.
Let's see what you got going on. Let's get some slides in there.
Yeah, cool. So here we go. I need to record a voiceover. So as Dom's been doing, I'm just gonna click on the microphone icon. So on the browser, you click and hold. So I presume it's the same here on the iPad. So I'm gonna hold my finger down on the microphone icon. and I'm going to allow this app to use my microphone, and I'm going to try that again. Welcome to Meredith's Memories from the school year 2022 to 2023. There we go. And then if I want to see that recording, I can click there where it says that it's 8 seconds long. You can see it just above the microphone icon. And click there. And it just says remove narration. I can't trim it then there. No, on the browser, I can click and trim. Okay, fine.
No, that would only be if it was video.
Oh, okay. There we are then. So I'm going to add another slide. So to add a slide, if you look right on the bottom right-hand corner of my screen, all the way in the bottom right-hand corner, you got that plus icon. So I'm going to click plus, and it's giving me an empty slide in here. Okay. So again, as Dom did, I'm going to change up my layouts. So I'll go for a split screen there. And my first memory will be, I want to put a photo in here first. So I'm going to search this time. Okay, so I'm going to find free photos and I search for choir. Okay, and I'll get the results on the right-hand side. And yep, they're still terrible. Oh dear.
Singing in us, like that.
Yeah, I'll try singing. There we go. I'm just going to go with one of these.
That's great.
That's cool. Yeah, that's really cool. So I'm happy with that. Okay, and as you know, I can pinch and zoom just on the iPad screen there. So maybe I'll zoom in so I can get the conductor's arms, conductor's head lower down. And I'm just going to add text in here now. And then I'm just going to go singing at the Eisteddfod. Okay, and then I don't think I've got room to get my text any bigger. No, it's at the max. So, and now I'm ready to record my first voiceover. Well, my voiceover for this slide. So I'm going to hold my finger down on the microphone icon again. And here I go. One of my favorite things this year was taking part in the Eisteddfod singing in the school choir.
Nice. Oh, I can just hear those. I can just hear the lilt of the Welsh voices in the background.
So I'm just going to go ahead and hit the plus icon again on the bottom right-hand side. Add another slide in. Maybe change up the layout this time and go for a caption like Dom showed us.
Yeah. Well, there we go. And I think what I'll do is I'll take it back and just show them. One thing that you can do is when so you can work through any of these kind of layouts really. But one of the ones that's interesting is full screen, because with full screen, it's the only one where you can put a photo and an icon on. So for example, this might be my sports day one. And rather than put text in now, for example, because you don't have to put text on every one. You can put them on some and not others. I'm going to record a voiceover here.
Yeah.
An amazing memory for me was sports day, where I managed to score the winning goal for the other team. Okay, so I scored an own goal in sports day, but still had a great time. But one of the things you can do is mix it up with an icon and put sad face in there. Maybe this could be a sad memory. Who knows?
So you played football on your sports day?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's mad.
Of course. I mean, a few potted sports and things like that, but, a bit of football. Of course you did.
No.
There you go. So you can, play around with that. That's one of the ones where you don't have to put text on if you do full screen and an icon on there as well. But let me also show you, just in case, because you actually might want to do a video in your classroom. If you've got an iPad, for example, you could do it straight away. So one of the things you can do is click video here. I've got some, is it on my desktop? Yeah, it is. I've got a little snapshot here. Now you could do a video of like you and your classmates all saying hooray, or what a great year we've had, or thank you very much to Mr. Jones, or Digidom's been the best thing that we've ever done. These digital leader sessions, one of those kind of things. And then once it's in there, you can kind of stretch it out to say how much of this video you want to put in there. So that's me teaching a Lego We Do session, which is pretty cool. So once you've chosen how much video you want to put in, you click save. And then what you can, it's a nifty little trick here, is that you can actually record your voiceover and then match up the length of the voiceover to the length of the video. So now that's in there, I'll click and hold and record something. My favorite lesson of the year was doing Lego WeDo with Adobe Express. What a dream. There we go. Now it's about 7 seconds in there. Once it's done, click the little pencil button. You go down to this trim button here. Well, actually first, let's go to clip volume. I'm going to mute everything in the background. And then I'm going to open it up again. And I'm going to press this button right in the middle here. This was in the trim. Let me show you where that was. This one here, second one down, it's called trim. Click that. And then if you press that microphone button, it says, do you want to align your voice and video? So it means that the voiceover will be exactly the same length as the video. Okay. And then you can play around with where this 6-second clip sits. If you want it to sit that, you know, it goes right at the start where I'm at the front of the class, or where we start with the Lego WeDo box, you can do either of those and then click save. And then once that's in there, you can even stick some text in and say, my favorite lesson. Why not? And then you could change the layout while you're in here. You can change those things on the fly. It's absolutely fine. And then again, my favorite lesson, I'll bring that down slightly. And then maybe I'll just reposition it in the top right again. There we go. And you can preview the clip just by pressing the little play button. There you go. My favorite lesson. Oh, that's blocking my face. Can't have that. If that's the kind of thing that you want, you're concerned about, then put it over to the left-hand side. Give it another play. Check that everything's in the right place. Yeah, good stuff. Look at that. I mean, absolute quality. Real quality going on here. So there we go. Meredith, why didn't you show us how to change the music?
Yeah, cool. So now Adobe Express will automatically put music behind, and it'll automatically kind of duck the music underneath your voiceover as well. But obviously, you've also got a choice of music. So at the top right-hand side of your screen, you'll see the music icon. Okay, so currently you can see there down the bottom, it says that I'm using Across the Bridge. Okay, so if I press play on that, I just locked my iPad instead. There we go. All right, okay, so it's not playing it. No,
that's it. Yeah, but it'll be on your device though, won't it?
Yeah. So you can't hear it now, guys. So to choose a different song, you've got all these songs here. Okay, so you choose it, it'll play it, and then if that's the one you want to select, just click on it once and it's selected. So there we are. That's the new one there. If you feel that your voiceover isn't quite coming on top of the music, that maybe your voiceover wasn't recorded quite loud enough, you could just drop the volume of the music here with this slider on the bottom right-hand side. Okay, so if you feel that your voice is competing too much against the music, just bring the music down a little bit so that your voice really cuts through. All right. You could, if you've got anything recorded, you could also use songs from your files. So if you've been working on GarageBand or something on the iPad and you've got some songs you've made, you could use that. So you could choose from files there, or you could use songs from your iTunes library as well on the iPad up at the top there. Okay.
Good stuff. Right. Let's get it back on here. So let's go to layout. So we've done title and text layout in our first slide here. We've done a split screen layout in our second. We've done a caption in our third. We've done full screen with an icon in our fourth. We've gone back to caption here. I might, mix it up again with some split screen or something like that. If you actually change one in the slide that you were working in, then it is going to change that for you. So you can just change it back, but then put a new slide in and then maybe do another one for split screen. So this would be, let me think here. If I go here, what you're expecting next year. So, for example, you might say, next year, I really hope I have Mr. Jones as my teacher. because
He really knows how to use the iPad version of these apps.
he's always using Adobe Express. There we go. Something like that. Press the plus. I'm gonna get it.
Yeah.
I always want to make it sort of align quite nicely there. And then, you know, on the right hand side again, you could use an icon here. So you could do fingers crossed, something like that. Yeah, nice.
Cool.
The National Lottery sign. There it is. But if you put that in, you're like, you know what, it doesn't look good enough. Well, then just click it, change to photo, and then we've got fingers crossed in here. Why not do something like, I was gonna keep my theme actually of orange, but orange on orange, does it work? Orange
Too much.
Yellow. Yeah, but you could flip it around. You see, there's a little
yeah.
You know, a flippy thing, a double arrow, and that'll make it
nice.
work.
That's lovely.
Yeah. And then you don't necessarily have to record a voiceover there. And that is basically it. Now, on your timeline down the bottom here, you will have credits. Always think it's important to keep the credits in there. You can add your own credits. Thanks. Thanks for watching. Something like that. But the outro, you know, if you're using if you've got some kind of school brand on there, you can stick it in there, but I'm going to hide that. Don't need it. And you can also just put a little, thanks for watching, guys. Diolch waar, and see you next year. There you go.
Lovely.
Easy as that. Now, if you want to, see how it looks from start to finish, the play button in the bottom left is the one to go for. There you go. And now it does have music on there. Meredith showed you how to change the music before. And you can just go through and see, does this work? Am I happy with that? Do I like the transitions in the theme, or do I want to change the theme? Because that's
the transitions are really cool because you don't see those when you're actually building up your slides.
Very true. Very true. And also another cracking tip is that if you are doing recording in the classroom, Meredith, give us your cracking tip for recording voiceovers in peace and quiet in the classroom.
Yeah, so there's two reasons to do this, really. If you're in an empty classroom like mine is right now, you'll have a lot of echo, have a lot of natural reverb going on, which isn't really nice over a microphone. But if you're in a classroom full of other students, then it's probably noisy. So for both those reasons, whenever we're doing any recording in class, I tell all my students, whatever age they are, all the way up to 18, I tell them to get their coat over their heads, and cover their head and the microphone with the coat. I can't show you today because I haven't got a coat because it's nice. But
no cardigan.
No, I haven't even got a cardi today.
Wow,
no. I know.
This is progress.
So I'll use the WJC GCSE spec. So use your coat, right? No, that wouldn't work at all. Some fabric, coat, your jumper, your cardigan.
Handley Place towel here.
Now we're talking. Yeah, and it'll make a world of a difference. It is night and day the difference that'll make to your recording.
Night and day. You heard it here first.
It'll cut out the noise of all the other people in your class, but also it'll kind of warm up your voice. It'll make you sound really pro.
Like you're on a Nescafe advert.
Yes,
right. Last but not least, press share. Then you can press publish. Give it a title. If you want a subtitle, you can. Like I put a subtitle school 2022 to 2023. And then create link. Simple as that. Now on the browser, one of the things it does really well is it gives you an almost ready link. Now if I copy that and stick it into a browser, it won't actually be ready yet. It says we're preparing your video. And you can see that because your blue line is the one that's giving you your progress. You can see it over there.
That's cool. I like that.
Yeah. But very similar on the iPad. Show us how to do that, Meredith, please.
So over on the iPad, you've probably guessed it. Up on the top right-hand side, we've got that share icon again with the arrow pointing up. So I'm going to click on there. And again, I want to copy the link to the clipboard. So I'm going to click copy link to clipboard. Okay. Now you could put a title in here because I don't have one at the moment.
It's a terrifying first slide there.
Well, I know. I thought if I went for a third take that I would appear too vain. So I had to commit. So I'm going to click copy link to clipboard. There we go. Okay, so that's
faster on the iPad.
Yeah, well, I've done less work than you, so it could be that as well. So it's preparing my link. So you're saying that a link will be copied to the clipboard after it's uploaded. There we are.
It's there.
So the link to your video has been copied to the clipboard. So now if I jumped over to a browser and pasted that in, then...
Yours will probably still be uploading as well, I would imagine.
Yeah, it's just saying that it's preparing, but the link is there. And once it's ready, you can just refresh and keep on refreshing. And at some point, there's going to be a lovely video there for you.
Yeah, exactly. Mine's the same. Mine's still preparing. I think it's slightly further ahead than yours, but you can just keep refreshing. And at some point, it'll come up.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Mine's there. But there we are.
It's there.
Yeah, it's there. Yeah,
wow.
It is. Okay, so it's there. I'll hit play. And... yeah, so again, you can't hear my audio now because I've got this plugged in for the stream. But there we are. You can see that it's going through.
Very nice.
All right.
Very nice indeed.
Appreciate that. I'm going to click on the little heart there, and I'm going to appreciate it. There you go.
Right, there we go. Diolch yn fawr. Thank you very much for coming.
Yes, thank you.
We hope you had a great time. Meredith, thank you very much for being a part of it.
No problem. Thanks for teaching me how to use the iPad apps as we've gone along in this session. I love Adobe Express, but I don't really use it on the iPad. I'm a browser guy, but this has been fun. I've really enjoyed it.
And as we always do, the tradition is that the guest signs us off with a one-line, a bit of advice for all the Adobe Expressers out there. Off you go.
Mess around and make sure you spend enough time choosing fonts. Don't go with the first font. Really have a look through, browse the fonts, and pick the one that speaks to you.
Which is usually font number 12 for Meredith. Okay, good stuff. Thank you very much, everyone. And we'll see you in September, probably.
Cool.
See you soon.
Yeah.